History, Chapter 10, The Expansion of the Maratha Power. So students, in the last chapter, the Mughals were continuously attacking the Marathas. Later, the Marathas fought with great valor and courage under the leadership of Sambhaji Maharaj, Raja Ram Maharaj and Maharani Tarabai. In the latter half of 18th century, the Marathas, without much efforts, fought with the Mughals and extended the Maratha power to cover practically the whole of India. You will know in detail. First point, release of Shahu Maharaj. After the death of Aurangzeb, there was an argument among his sons for the throne. Azam Shah was ruling south. He came to Delhi to seize the throne or to take the position as the new king. Prince Shahu was in the custody of Azam Shah. Azam Shah thought if Shahu Maharaj was released, then there will be a conflict between him and Maharani Tarabai for the throne or Raj Gaddi of the Maratha Chhatrapati. Azam Shah thought this would weaken the Maratha powers. Therefore, he released Shahu Maharaj. Next, coronation of Shahu Maharaj. After the release of Shahu Maharaj, he went to Maharashtra along with some Sardars. He and Maharani Tarabai had an argument. She did not agree to make him the king of Swaraj. So, they both fought a battle at Khed on the bank of Bhima river. Shahu Maharaj won the battle. He captured Satara and himself crowned. Now Satara was the capital of Maratha kingdom. Opposition between Maharani Tarabai and Shahu Maharaj continued. Maharani Tarabai made her younger son Shivaji II as the Chhatrapati at Panhala in 1710 CE. This gave rise to an independent Maratha kingdom at Kolhapur, beside the one at Satara. Life of Shahu Maharaj. Shahu Maharaj spent his early life at Mughal camps. So he had seen Mughal politics very closely. He knew the details of Mughals and North Indian politics. He knew the strengths and weakness of Mughal Empire. All these factors helped him to decide the direction of Maratha politics. After Aurangzeb's death, the successors gave up the policy of destroying Maratha power. So, the Marathas adopted a new policy. The Marathas thought instead of fighting with the Mughal power, they decided to protect it and expand their own empire in that role. Now let us know about the Mughal power. Mughals faced many threats from Iran and Afghan from the northwest and also from local Pathans, local Rajput, Jat and Rohilla rulers. The internal competition among the Mughals also weakened the Mughal power. Due to this, they needed help of the Maratha powers. Let us know about Balaji Vishwanath. After Shahu Maharaj was released, he made Balaji Vishwanath Peshwa. Meaning of Peshwa, foremost leader. Balaji Vishwanath hailed from Konkan. He was competent and experienced. Balaji Vishwanath convinced many Maratha Sardars and told them that Shahu Maharaj was the real heir of the Maratha Empire. So, the Sardars joined hands with Shahu Maharaj. Let us know about Kanhoji Angre. Kanhoji Angre was the chief of Maratha Navy. He chose to stay and work for Maharani Tarabai. And he attacked many territories of Shahu Maharaj. So what Shahu Maharaj did? Shahu Maharaj sent Balaji Vishwanath to fight against Kanhoji Angre. Balaji Vishwanath avoided the war and won Kanhoji Angre over Shahu Maharaj's side. Next point, Chauthai and Sardeshmukhi. Meaning of Chauthai, 1/4 part. Meaning of Sardeshmukhi, 1/10 part. After strengthening the powers of Shahu Maharaj in Maharashtra, Balaji Vishwanath turned his attention towards Delhi. The Delhi court, after the death of Aurangzeb, was weakening day by day. So he took help from Sayyid brothers Abdullah Hassan Hussain Ali. They gave the grant or the sanad. Grant is also known as sanads. Sanads is also known as grants. So they gave the grant or sanads to collect Chauthai and Sardeshmukhi from the Mughal territory. These sanads or grants gave the Marathas to collect 1/4 part, that is Chauthai, and 1/10 part, that is Sardeshmukhi, from the Mughal territory of Deccan. Next point, Bajirao first. After the death of Balaji Vishwanath, Shahu Maharaj appointed his son Bajirao first, the Peshwa, in 1720 CE. He expanded the Maratha Empire during his term of 20 years. Nizams defeated Palkhed. The Mughal Emperor Farrukh Sher appointed Nizam ul Mulk as the Subedar of Deccan, and 1713 CE, Nizam tried to establish his separate existence at Hyderabad. The Marathas already had the right of taking Chauthai and Sardeshmukhi from Mughal territories, but Nizam opposed it. So he captured some parts of Pune Parganas villages. Bajirao decided to put him out. So he defeated Nizam at Palkhed near Aurangabad. Nizam accepted the Maratha right to collect Chauthai and Sardeshmukhi. As the Mughal power was weakening day by day, Bajirao knew that he can expand the empire towards the north, and Shahu Maharaj agreed to this. Next point, Malwa. Malwa, it is a name of a place. Malwa is in Madhya Pradesh. It was part of Mughal Empire. Bajirao sent some sardars under the leadership of his brother Chimaji Appa to Malwa to strengthen the post, and the sardars were Malhar Rao Holkar, Ranoji Shinde, Udaji Pawar. Next point, Bundelkhand. Bundelkhand is in some parts of Madhya Pradesh and Uttar Pradesh, areas around Jhansi, Panna and Sagar. Students, if you remember, King Chhatrasal got inspired with Shivaji Maharaj and he established his own kingdom in Bundelkhand. I hope you have studied this in your earlier chapter. Yes or no? So the Mughal Subedar Muhammad Khan Bangush of Allahabad attacked Bundelkhand and defeated Chhatrasal. Chhatrasal asked help from Bajirao. Bajirao went with a large army and defeated Bangush. Chhatrasal honored Bajirao in this way. Maratha established their power in Malwa and Bundelkhand. Bajirao demanded the Subedar's office of Malwa, but the emperor refused. Bajirao marched on Delhi in 1737 CE. The Mughals were totally surprised to see Bajirao and his army unexpectedly. Next, the Battle of Bhopal. The Mughals were surprised to see Bajirao at Delhi. The emperor was so upset that he invited Nizam to protect Delhi. Nizam marched against Bajirao with his large army. But Bajirao defeated Nizam at Bhopal. After surrendering, Nizam agreed to secure the sanad, that is the grant, for Marathas from the Badshah. Next point, the defeat of Portuguese. The territories of Vasai and Thane were under the possession of Portuguese. The Portuguese rulers harassed their common people. Bajirao sent his brother Chimaji Appa to conquer Portuguese. Chimaji was successful and he conquered Thane and adjacent areas. Let us know how Chimaji Appa laid a siege to Vasai fort. He laid the siege to Vasai fort. The fort was very strong. The Portuguese had a powerful artillery. Then also Chimaji continued the siege with great efforts and forced Portuguese to surrender. Therefore, the fort of Vasai and large part of the Portuguese territory were passed on to the hands of Marathas. Next point, death of Bajirao. Shahu Maharaj invited Emperor of Iran. His name was Nadir Shah. Bajirao was on his way with large army to defeat the Mughal power. By the time he reached Burhanpur, Nadir Shah looted enormous wealth from Delhi and returned to Iran. In April 1740, Bajirao died at Raverkhedi on the banks of the Narmada river. Let us know little more about Bajirao. Bajirao was a great general. With his valor, he established the Maratha supremacy in the north. He won the status for the Maratha power as a formidable power in the whole India. Meaning of formidable, difficult to deal with Maratha power. Thank you.